I'm here today with Kelley Santee. Wanted to ask you a couple of questions about your work history and how things have gone for you since high school. Can you tell me what was your first job out of high school?
My first job out of high school was actually I volunteered with the YMCA. That was just a volunteer job, and then I working at a sheltered workshop for like 15 years, and now I'm no longer in the workshop. I just work straight in the community.
Yeah. Your current job now, do you make more than minimum wage?
Yes.
Did you make more than minimum wage at the shelter?
No.
No.
It was peaceful.
Peaceful. Okay. So you're was this the first job you had in the community?
No, I worked at Target. I unstuffed shoes and folded towels and got stuff ready to go on the sales floor.
Okay. Okay, so where are you currently working?
For the Medical College of Wisconsin.
How long have you been there?
18 years.
Awesome. What kind of work do you do for them?
Data entry. I input information into the computer and verify what's on the screen is, what's on the paper is in the system.
Awesome. So how did you get that job?
I worked through employment services. I had a job developer, Dean Kressel, and I've had job coaches in the past, but for the last 3 or 4 years I have not had a job coach. I've been just basically with my supports. I have a good support system through the medical college.
So your co-workers help you out when they need to?
Yes.
What kind of things do they do?
Like put my work for the day on my desk and make sure that my computer's running right.
But other than that, you're pretty good?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's great. So, since you've been here about 18 years, I'm sure you're making money and all. What do you spend your money on? People always want to know that.
My rent. I go to a lot of sporting events and a lot of things in the summer. I've had season tickets to the Brewer game in the past, and I'm out and about a lot.
And were you able to do that before you had this job?
No, I was on a very limited income and didn't have much spending money.
Have you made some friends while
Yes.
you've been here?
Yes, I've been here, like I said, around 18 years, and I made a lot of friends, and I do a lot of different outside activities with them. I go on picnics with them, and we sometimes go out to eat for Christmas and stuff like that, and exchange gifts at Christmas and stuff. So.
Well, that's pretty cool. It's great to have a really welcoming workplace. That's wonderful. What advice would you give to maybe somebody who's thinking about getting a job in the community?
If your first job out in the community doesn't work, keep trying, because that's what I did. I kept my job until I found something. Don't ever quit a job until you find something else to back it up, because being without money and having to live on just your income that you get from Social Security, that's kind of a drag.
I bet it's a drag. So what would you give advice to maybe parents who might be watching and they're concerned about their son or daughter getting a job and working in the community?
Let your son and daughter get their feet wet. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But if you don't let them try, they're gonna feel like they're sheltered and you're babying them.
Yeah. So how do you feel coming into work now? Every day or
Good.
during your work day?
Yes.
Yeah. Were you pretty nervous to start the new job?
Yes.
And now what? When you come in?
Yeah, I just go ahead and start. Don't have any questions. Sometimes they don't hear a peep. Sometimes they have to come and see if I'm still.
It's still there because you're working so hard?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, that's great. Is there anything else you wanted to tell us about your work past or any advice?
I've really enjoyed the last 18 years here, and I wouldn't trade it for